Some of the nation's largest tech companies have teamed together to file a brief calling on the Supreme Court to overturn the Defense of Marriage Act, which currently defines marriage as a union between a man and a woman. Facebook, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and eBay are among more than 200 companies to petition the courts.
You know, what's interesting about this, I mean, first of all, it's not just Google, right? It's, Apple and Facebook and all of that. But, I think part of it has been the fact that, Proposition 8 was in California, and I think many of these companies have their headquarters in California.
But this is for DOMA, right? Is this for DOMA or?
Yeah, but my understanding is it started out of, well, anyway. I think that part of what's interesting is that tech companies have to really fight for their talent. I mean, I think we've seen this in a number of different ways in terms of, there were sort of this back and forth, the emails between Apple and Google that have been exposed where they were trying to stop each other from poaching each other's talent. There's, as we've seen, a great demand for engineers. And so part of the argument that they're putting forth here is that it actually, hinders their ability to really recruit and maintain really great talent because they have this extra, they're unable to really give their employees the equal benefits that they might otherwise. So I think that's part of why it's interesting to see it coming out of the tech companies supporting it. There was a story 2 or 3 years ago, I think, in the New York Times where they talked about how Google had actually offered to cover the extra tax that homosexual couples would have to pay that their heterosexual counterparts would not, as married couples. I think that they've seen it as a way of also, I think, distinguishing themselves. I think it's a really important move in terms of the public message that it sends to their potential hires.